Well, what kind of ribs were you guys pulling at an early age? And to my listeners all across the world, I know a large part of my wrestling audience will know what the ribs are. Ribs, to my people that don't necessarily know wrestling, are practical jokes that
Yeah.
guys play on one another just to alleviate pressure or for a few laughs, or maybe because you don't really like someone, but they're a big part of the pro wrestling scene. So, what kind of ribs, if you guys are pretty ballsy to be pulling ribs on veterans that have years of experience, what the hell were you guys doing?
Kurt. The thing it was up there at the Western Hole, it was called, up in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and Wahoo and Kurt kind of had a little thing going on, and at the time Wahoo was the booker, and him and Ray Stevens were staying in a room together, so he had us bang on their door real loud. This was an outside hotel, you could just drive up to the room.
Yeah, like a
so
red room.
we banged on the door, boom, 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 boom. And then when they opened it, we were sitting in the back of Kurt's truck with Sag had one and I had one with one of these 50 Roman candles each, so 100 shots each. And when they opened the door, bing, bang, boom, boom, they were getting blasted by these fireballs, these, red, yellow, blue were coming shooting in. And then the next day, Kurt Henning's tires were slashed. I guess, Wahoo went and flattened 3 of his tires with a knife. And then the one star that Wahoo brought in, his name was Mitch Snow, and he was a pretty boy. Well, he drank too much and fell asleep, and then he woke up with no eyebrows.
No,
that was one of their.
It's funny.
It's
funny how anytime you guys are around somebody and someone goes to sleep or passes out, more correctly, y'all had a nasty tendency to shave off said eyebrows. What was it? What was it with the eyebrows that you guys love so much?
Dude, I don't know. That was something that Kurt Hennig, I don't know who actually invented that damn rib, but, I lost my eyebrows a couple of times, and you know what? It wouldn't cut both of them off. You would only shave one of them off.
So you
look like a moron when you're going through the airport, and,
It takes a while for them to come back.
Oh, hey, I want to tell you, I only got Kurt once, and it was great because he didn't know it until he got to the airport. And when he went to check in his flight, because we were in the Tennessee territory at the time, in the Mid-South, this was in 87.
Yeah.
And we finally got him. He didn't know it. And we rushed him to the airport. And then when he got off, and he put him his ticket on, that's when the lady was looking at him weird, and he touched his thing and went, "You son of a bitch, you got me." You know what I mean? So this is what he did to us. For me and Sag had a 1-bedroom, and in this 1-bedroom in Tennessee, we had the Rockers staying with us. We had Scott Hall at one time staying with us. Everybody staying with us in this one little shitty, crappy 1-bedroom apartment. So about Kurt leaves, and about a month goes by, and me and Sag are at each other's throat. Sag's going, "Wash your fucking stuff. It smells like shit in here." And I'm going, "It's not me, it's your stuff."
You're right?
Yeah, we were almost going to fisticuffs. Finally, we go and clean the whole room out. And right in between, we both had twin beds. But in between, we had the nightstand. We pull out the drawer, and we're cleaning out the drawer. In the very back, there's a Dove soap container. And Chad goes, "What's this?" And when we pulled it out, that damn Henning took a dump and put it in that Dove container, that Dove soap container, and put it in the back of our night table stand there in the drawer. And it was like a shit deodorizer. And it stank up the whole room, and had me and Sag almost at fisticuffs going, "Your stuff stinks. No, your stuff stinks." And here, Kurt rigged us and put a real live poop deodorizer in our room,
And that's the thing about, Kurt was a tremendous worker, one of the nicest guys. I mean, he introduced me to a lot of people when I first came to WWF, but he was always so good about helping guys, taking them under his wing, mentoring a lot of guys. But to people who didn't get a chance to really see or know too much of Kurt Hennig, God rest his soul. He was one of the biggest ribbers in the history of the business. And Kurt was one of those guys. And I didn't know Kurt real well, but I knew him well enough. He just
Right.
had that personality where you could be mad at him for like 15 minutes and then, you just had to forgive him because he was such a cool guy. And, he was just mischievous and he always had that smile on his face. I don't think as many times as I crossed paths with Kurt Hennig that I ever saw that guy in a bad mood or without a smile on his face.